Hi, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. Today's pick a card is going to be what do your spirit guides want to talk to you about. Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look and see what message they have for you. What do they want to make you aware of? What do they just want you to know? Okay, as soon as I turned on the camera to record the intro, the birds outside just started going crazy, chirping, singing really loud, really pretty. And also my phone pinged and I dropped a tarot card on the floor right now. When I picked it up, it was the Six of Wands. Okay, so victory here. So there's some good news maybe coming your way, but let's go ahead and take a look at the cards. Okay, so for pile 1 we have the pink nail polish pouring out. Okay, pile 1 is the pink nail polish that's pouring out. Pile 2 is the pink strawberry milkshake. Pile 2, the pink strawberry milkshake. Pile 3 is the pink telephone. Pile 3, the pink telephone. And pile 4, the pink heart with the angel in the middle. Okay, pile 4 is the pink heart with the angel in the middle. Okay, so go ahead, take a look at the piles. If you feel called to pick more than one pile, go right ahead. Timestamps will be down below, and I'll see you at your reading. Hi, welcome to the Abyss Tarot T.A.T. So for those of you who chose pile number 1, the nail polish, the pink nail polish pouring out, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with fire. So you could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay, we're gonna see. Take a look at the card, and then we'll pull more cards as we go along. But I do want to see what is it that your guides want to talk to you about. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your card. We have 20 breaking down to a 2 with cup. Okay, it says, who do you need to reconnect with? Is it yourself? Okay, so I think here with this question, the guides are letting you know that they want you to reconnect with yourself, be a little more in touch with yourself, because I'm also seeing a lot of swords energy right now, a lot of air. So you might be in your head a lot right now. Maybe you're in your head a lot about something, and also you're something that you're like keeping it in, like you're not talking to other people about it, you're not talking to your guides about it, you're not, it's just something that's kind of like on your mind. It's like just roaming in your head over and over, and maybe you're replaying something and you're not talking about it. um but I do feel like they want you to reconnect with yourself. So also kind of go more with your emotions, go more with your heart on this choice, because maybe there's a choice here, right? That you're trying to decide, and you're like, I keep thinking about it, I keep going over it in my head, and I don't know which way to go. What they're saying is, okay, don't be so much in your head over it. Go ahead and use your heart. Go ahead and decide with your heart what is it that you need to do. Connect with yourself. So I do feel like this cup of tea, I think, tea, coffee, it's like they want you to sit and connect with themselves. I also recently just posted a post that I made of Santa Muerte with a cup of coffee, and I put um s- I don't even remember what I put, but it was something to the effect of like, sit with me, have coffee with me, and tell me all your troubles. So that right there is kind of like sitting, having that moment with yourself, even if it's not with Santa Muerte, right? Whatever um, guides, ancestors, deities, whatever you work with, just sit there and again connect, right? Who do you need to connect with, and is it yourself? So who do you need to sit down, have that cup of coffee with, that cup of tea with? Is it yourself? Connect with yourself. Okay. All right. And here, how the nail polish is pouring out again. I feel like you need to pour out, like there's something in you that you need to pour out, that you need to let out. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get some more cards, some tarot. Look, the Four of Cups. Okay. As I'm cutting it. So there's also something that you're not looking at, and something that is on your mind. Something that is on your mind. You're kind of off. Your mind is kind of off again. I feel like you're in your head a lot. Like your guides are saying, you've been in your head a lot lately, and you need to be a little more grounded, a little more in tune with you. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. Oh my gosh. And it came out. Are you kidding me? And it's in the reverse this time, though. It was in the upright when I was cutting it. There it is, the Four of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so they want you to pay attention. They want you. I'm sorry, I'm sounding so nasally. Sorry. Still sick. Always sick. But anyways, they want you to pay more attention to your feelings, to yourself, and get out of your head, because you've been in your head a lot, to where almost, again, almost like, not that you're not paying attention to the people around you, your loved ones, but it's kind of like you're off, like you're like, oh yeah, yeah, that's nice, but in your head you're kind of off somewhere else. So they want you to, have some reconnection with yourself, and then that way you reconnect with your loved ones, those around you. Reconnect with your guides too. That's the thing too. They want you to reconnect with them. It's like they want a stronger bond with you. They want, and you might have a strong bond, but it's like they want you to just connect again. We have the Page of Cups. Look at that, and the cup is on the cushion. So again, it's kind of like giving it that special care, right? It's like you're this cup, and they want you on this cushion to connect and give yourself that special care. Page of Cups, water energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So you might be dealing with a water sign. Um, you also might feel excluded, or you feel like at a distance emotionally from some of your loved ones. So maybe they moved, maybe like some of your loved ones moved, or you moved a distance, or they're there, but it's almost like the something is cutting off the emotional connection right now. Almost to where you feel cut off from them, or you feel, like just not aligned at the moment with them. Something there with them, okay? You feel a little bit left out right now with them. Or they might be feeling like you're leaving them out a little bit. And we have the King of Swords in the reverse. Look at that mental, right? It's that mental, but again, it's in the reverse. So your mind might be all over the place. Might be thinking a lot of negative thoughts too. It might be about one certain person too that your mind is on. Might be one certain person, like your partner, your spouse, whatever this person is with you. There's like some negative thoughts here. Maybe you had an exchange also of negative words with this person. And again, that's maybe where this feeling of disconnect is at right now. But like I said, I feel like your main thing that your guides want to talk to you about is you reconnecting with yourself. And then you reconnect with this person and others after, you know? Because it's almost like you're not yourself right now. We have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Look at that. Yeah, this could be a love situation. This could be about you and your partner. There's a disconnect here. Or a feeling, at least feeling like there's a disconnect. If it's not an actual disconnect, it's just a feeling of like, we're apart. We're disconnecting here. Somebody's very guarded. It could be you or this other person. We have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Very interesting, because I was seeing this card right at the beginning before the Four of Cups even flew out. I was seeing the Five of Pentacles. It's in the reverse though. I like when this card is in the reverse, because it means there's a change for the better here, as to where there was maybe a lack or a lack mentality. Things are starting to come into line more now, things are improving. Could be even finances improving. 1 second, please. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Sorry about the interruption. Here we are a whole day later. I couldn't even get back to you at that moment. And here I am the very next day to continue with the reading, okay? Oh wow, right away my throat wants to close. So yeah, like I was saying, maybe you might need to reconnect with your guides, is what they're asking you to reconnect with them, reconnect with yourself. Also, I'm getting that you might be going through ascension symptoms, and it's like we can keep going through them, and we keep elevating and changing and things like that. So I do feel like you might be having some ascension symptoms also. Um, and that could even include like nauseousness and headaches, things like that. So I'm also kind of getting that here. Um, let's get some more cards. Okay. Look, as I'm cutting it, grief, 26 breaking down to an 8. Yeah, you might be experiencing grief, the feeling of loss. And even if you haven't like lost somebody, you just might feel like loss, just this feeling like something's gone. So, yeah. And if you did lose somebody, I'm really sorry about that. It was 26 breaking down to an 8, which would be 8th house. That is Scorpio's house. That's transformation, death, right? Death, rebirth, changes, isolation. There it is. 30 breaking down to a 3. And service, number 8. Again, being of service to somebody. So you might be or have been of service to somebody that was sick. Here you have like the healing touch. You're touching them, you're comforting them, you're there by their side, just giving support. And again, that number, right? The number 8 here. So maybe there is somebody that has recently passed, or you've just been taking care of somebody that has been sick. And then we have 30 here, breaking down to a 3 with isolation. So you might, again, it's that isolation from other people, that disconnect, right? Um, and also a feeling like of needing to be somewhere else. I'm getting almost like you're here, but you're not here, you're somewhere else, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you're far away. And here with this isolation card, it talks about, let me see. This card talks about having that nice suit in the closet that you don't take out to wear because you're saving it for that special occasion. And the message of this card is about like, put the suit on. Don't wait for that special occasion. Make today the special occasion. Put the suit on, right? So there might, again, like needing to do something and not putting it off or waiting. Um, are waiting for the right moment, the right day. Make today that day. Release, 45 breaking down to a 9. Wow. Okay. Again, 9, right? The number of completion. Release. And see how she's at a cemetery? It's raining. All these graves here. And she has her hands to her ears because she's trying to tune out the sounds of that negative self-talk. It's about releasing it. It's about releasing and letting go what you're holding in. Again, it could be those feelings of like something feels off, I don't feel right, I don't feel myself. Again, your spirit guides are saying you need to reconnect with yourself. Who are you, right? Who remember who you are. You're always there, but just a matter of remembering for that moment. And then the rain coming down, right? The rain representing cleansing, renewal. And then the graves, right? Representing like there's a death, but there's also a rebirth. So needing to release the negative talk in your mind. Like I said, I was feeling a lot of swords energy because I feel like you've been in your head a lot, and this is exactly it right here. See how she's in her head? Let me get one more, please. Yeah, so it's like the nail polish is being released out of the bottle, right? It's being released. And this is what your spirit guides want you to do. They want you to release. Oh, okay. Let me look at this one. Abundance 21 breaking down to a 3. Yeah, this card completely talks about a mindset. See, the mindset here with this man, he lost the coin down the sewer, whatever this is called. He lost his coin and he's like, oh no. So he goes and he's like sitting there worried and drinking. He goes and drinks himself because he lost his coin. He's like, oh no, what am I gonna do? It's a mindset, right? Because here the little girl is like, I know what I'm gonna do. She put a string together, tied it with something here. I don't know if it's a gum or what. And she's putting it down here and she's pulling the coin out. She's actually reaching the coin. Look, and she's pulling the coin out. Now he could do it too, but again, that mindset of like, oh no, I went down there, now what can I do? Nothing. I'm gonna just sit here and drink. So this card does talk about the mindset and how you get abundance. Is it, what is the mindset here? But like I said here, this is a lack mindset, but it's in the reverse, so that's already a good thing because we're already changing the mindset from here to here, and this is exactly what your guides want to talk to you about, changing the mindset from here to here. Okay, let me get one of these cards here. Imagine, as I'm cutting it, yeah, imagine the positivities, the clarity. And it's hard, of course. It's not like, oh, it's like a light switch, just turn it on and turn it off. Of course not. We really do have to sit there with ourselves and sometimes cry it out, right? But it's a release. We have to figure it out, Mending. Look at that. 52 breaking down to a 7, mending. There's mending here that needs to be done. And then we have the 2 little fairies, and together they're working. So this is like you and your guides together working to do this mending of you, this renewal of you, this stitching up of you, right? We're all seared with scars, and that's okay. That's what makes up who we are. Okay, let me get one more, please. Okay, there it is. And 17 breaking down to an 8. There's that number 8 again with the fates. Okay, so there's things that you are fated. There's things that you were fated to go through for sure here with the fates. But I also see that they're all connected. All these stars are connected. So all your experiences, all the people in your life, there's a connection here. It's all connected, and there's some things that are meant to happen, that are experiences that you are meant to go through. You're fated for those things, but those are things that um they're your for those lessons here, right? You're for your growth, you're part of your soul contract, so that we don't have to keep incarnating here in this ghetto ass earth and keep having to redo the lessons. So there's lessons that you're learning here that you're not going to have to repeat. Okay, one more, please. We got 2. Okay. 23 breaking down to a 5, changes, choices, and challenges with the Golden Palace. Oh, look at that. Yeah, going to the Golden Palace, reaching the Golden Palace. After so much difficulty, you will have this, the Golden Palace, the abundance. And again, it is that mindset of like reconnecting with who you are, loving yourself. 12 breaking down to a 3, slow and steady. Yeah, exactly. This isn't fast. This isn't like a light switch. This is slow and steady. This is a progress of work, of mending it, of mending that blanket, right? Of putting it together, mending the pieces, mending yourself. You might be also somebody that is able to help others. I think maybe even from your own experiences, you're able to talk to others and give them advice, or just like, yeah, just kind of show them a path, or kind of give them a word of encouragement or something like that to help them on their path. Okay. What does it say here? I'm trying to see. Invitation, it says right here. Invitation. You might be getting an invitation to go somewhere. And again, I feel like your guides are giving you an invitation to sit with them, to have a cup of coffee or tea with them. Yeah, you've been in your head a lot. This blue card here, throat chakra, also the mind, isolation. Do that thing is what I'm hearing. Do that thing. Do that thing. Seriously, don't put it off. Do that thing. Work on yourself. Do that thing that you want to do. All right. Also, getting a drink of more water. Okay. You're definitely needing to drink more water. Okay. Sorry, I had to throw that in because that's what I'm getting to. Okay. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So, for those of you who chose pile number 2, the strawberry milkshake, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with Earth. So you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Okay, let's go ahead and see your card and see what is it that your guides want to talk to you about. Okay, we have 89 breaking down to an 8 theater. Is there someone you know creating conflict and acting like a drama queen? Oh, okay. So they want to talk to you about somebody that is being kind of somebody causing drama, conflict in your life. Um, could be an earth sign, could be a Scorpio too, is what I'm getting. But I am getting a lot of earth, but you did pick the earth element pile, so maybe the earth is you that I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot of earth. But like I said, I'm also feeling Scorpio. We do have theater here, right? And so it could be Gemini, Leo also. Mm. This also, I'm feeling like they want to talk to you about people using you and people using you maybe for like money and maybe even just your time. This is what I'm getting here. Like you not having time to do what you need to do, or you not having maybe the money for the things that you need to do because like somebody seems to be using you for like money, time, energy, things like that is what I'm feeling like they want to talk to you about. And it's kind of like, those people that have always drama and conflict going on and they call us and then they talk and talk and talk about their drama going on in their life and all their problems and da 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 and da da da, and then it consumes you and takes up from like you and your time and you needing to do your things. And that's what I'm kind of getting here. Like you might have somebody that is constantly sucking you in to their conflicts, to their dramas, and taking up your time, your energy, and like I said, maybe even your money here with the number 89. This could also be somebody born in the 80s because I'm now seeing like those bright colors like from the 80s, like the waves and the squiggly lines and all those patterns from the 80s. I'm seeing that. So this could also be, okay, now I'm seeing the root chakra. Okay, so this could be somebody that you've known since childhood. So this could be somebody that you've known a long time, or this could even be like a sibling, a relative, a friend, childhood friend, or something like that. Okay. And we have the 8 of Wands here, fire element, Aries, Leo, Sag. It's in the reverse, the 8 of Wands. So it's like needing to put a stop to this, you know. And the 8 of Wands, for some reason, to me, is always cinnamon. It's always cinnamon, and cinnamon is an activator. It's fire. It's hot. It's very quick. Sorry, my throat wants to close. And so to me, it's like again, it's kind of like what is this? Sorry. So it's kind of like what the guides want to talk to you about, like somebody, you know, comes in very quick, very hot, very drama, very almost aggressive, um, creating conflict, bringing in drama. And so it's kind of like your guide saying, we want to talk to you about this. Like you need to put a stop to this and not let this continue. And it's also communication, right? The 8 of Wands sometimes is communication and it's quickness, but it's in the reverse. I feel like your guides are saying you got to put a stop to this. You got to cut the communication. You got to cut the drama with this person. You got to like stop things, right? Even if the person isn't calling you to tell you their drama, maybe they're just making drama for you. Maybe this person is being conflictive with you, and here we have your guide saying you got to put a stop to this. You got to cut this out. You got to cut this person out. Because again, it's taking up your time, your energy. You know, the milkshakes, right? It's like, it's a sweet treat we enjoy. Like, we sit there and it's like, it almost seems like it's something that a kid wants to do, right? Like, kids love ice cream and milkshakes and all that. So I feel like this is something like you need to enjoy. It's like you need to enjoy things for you again, is what I'm feeling. Like, you need to enjoy time for you, things for you. Like, you need to enjoy the theater, going to the movies, instead of feeling like your life is a movie, you know, filled with action, drama, suspense. Okay, what else do we have? What else do Pile 2's guides want to talk to them about, please? Okay, let's just take the top one. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. Oh, and the King of Swords in the reverse. Oh my gosh, and the Eight of Swords in the reverse, and the Four of Wands. We will stop there. Okay, we have death here. Okay, we'll stop there. Death, right? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so nasally. I'm so sorry, but I'm still sick. I'm still trying to get over this cold. We have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. We have the King of Swords in the reverse. We have the Eight of Swords in the reverse. We have the Four of Wands, and then we have Death here, Scorpio energy. And like I did say, I feel like Scorpio at the beginning, and here we do have that Scorpio energy. But it could be just there needs to be change. Your guides are saying there needs to be some type of transformation here, because with this Knight of Swords in the reverse, King of Swords in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse, this could be one or two people that are very, you know, conflictive in your life. Like, they have this mouth on them that is like, "Ah, I don't want to be around it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the negativity. I don't want to hear you cut me down. I don't want to hear the drama," right? You know, and then this person or these two people, because we do have two two court cards here, the Knight and the King, both swords, both in the reverse. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. This could be a person or two people that are very cutting. They're very cutting. They always come and have something to say, right? They always got something to say. Um, yeah, I'm hearing a song in my head right now. Um, I can't even remember the words, but I'm hearing the little music, the little beat in my head. And it's about like somebody always telling you something or always telling you what to do, you know? They're always being like, okay, this way, this way, this way, this way. They're always like, it's always something. It's always something they have to say. This could even be a spouse. This could even be a spouse or a family member. Okay, let's get some more cards. I want to see what else your guides want to tell you about this person or these two people that they're like. You gotta cut them out. You gotta cut this out. Okay, we have 31 breaking down to a 4 with workaholic. Oh, you might be a workaholic. Okay, maybe they're saying you need to take a break. And again, I feel like it's that time that you need for you. This could even be a boss and co-workers here. This Knight and King of Swords here. Like I said, this is somebody that doesn't give you time for you because you're so wrapped up in their thing. So it could even be at work issues, right? Could even be a work situation. And, you know, you might need to take a break. 31 breaking down to a 4. Yeah, you might need to take a break. You might need to spend more time at home too. Take a break. These are blueberries here, making me think of the movie Willy Wonka when, what is her name, Violet, turns into a blueberry. Yeah, you might need to take a trip to the chocolate factory, and instead of it being more like work, it's more like a fun trip, right, to the chocolate factory. So yeah, I feel like you need to take a break. 37, bringing down to a 10, bringing down to a 1 with mysticism. There's that Scorpio energy again. Okay. Perseverance, 13, breaking down to a 4. We keep pushing. And 25, breaking down to a 7 with growth. Okay. This card always makes me sad for some reason when I see it. I get like a sadness. Because I feel like you've probably been through a lot. And then perseverance here. Look at her. She looks sad. She looks ready to give up, but she has her friend here who's kind of more like a guide, like a spirit guide, saying, don't give up, keep going. She's ready to throw in the towel, basically, throwing in her butterfly wings. She's ready to throw them in, throw in the towel. And here we have her guide, her friend, saying, don't give up, you're almost there. And this card does talk about, perseverance, like keep going, even though you're probably not seeing the results. Keep going because you're so close to the end. You're so close to reaching your goal. So keep going. And then with growth here, like I said, this card does talk about a lot of things that um, they're just kind of sad. But this is at a hospital. This is the waiting room at a hospital. They're all waiting for news on the person that's in here. And so this is somebody that is in there going through like surgery or having something done, something serious that they're going through, and everybody out here is waiting. They're all talking about it, they're all wondering what's going on. But this is also people that have talked about this person, and it's like now they realize, oh, we need this person in here. And we were so focused on ourselves, being selfish, and not only that, but gossiping about the person in here, that now that they're going through something, we realize we actually need them. We should have been nicer, we should have been kinder, this and that. And it's like they're having all these realizations when it might be too late. They're having growth, definitely, but it might be too late, right? So here with this growth card, I do feel like this is your growth also. This is your growth and not just theirs, because maybe they're not having their moment of growth yet, but they probably will realize that they need you, and that they've just used you or didn't give you your time, or something like that. And then here with the mysticism, very Scorpio, right? You definitely do have spiritual gifts, you have abilities, and maybe you keep things hidden. Maybe, again, I feel like there's no time for you to do the things that you need to do, and I do feel like these are the things that need to change, that your guides are saying you need to connect with them more. You need to connect with yourself. You need maybe like meditation, prayer too is what I'm feeling here. In whatever way it is that you connect with your spirituality, you need to go ahead and do that. Yeah, your gifts are blossoming too, is what I'm hearing. They're going to bloom like a flower. So, yeah, they definitely do want you to kind of spend more time with you, but also persevere. Keep pushing on the things that you want, the things that you want for you. Don't give up. Maybe there's no time for you and your things, but again, don't give up. Hmm. Okay, let's get some more cards here. What was this card? Oh, deep freeze. I saw this card. It says deep freeze. It's in the reverse, but I thought it said deep fried. I'm like, what? We deep frying some food here? I'm just hungry. I'm just hungry. But deep freeze is about stopping things. It's about like let's put this on pause, let's put this on hold. So again, maybe needing to put this person or people or work or whatever the situation is on hold so that you can keep pushing with your things that you want to do, you know, you persevering on the things that you want. And then this person or people maybe having that realization like, oh, we actually weren't there for pile two. They were there for us every time we came around, calling, crying, being dramatic, but we weren't there for them. Okay, let's see. Pile two. Ooh, okay. Magic prayer 32, breaking down to a 5, changes, choices, and challenges. Look at that. What did I say? I think you might need to do some prayer or meditation. Magic prayer, yeah. 32. Okay, changes, choices, and challenges. There's changes here, especially with the death card here. Treasure Island number 9. 9, the number of completion. It's a turtle here, and he's carrying this treasure on his back. You definitely have gone through a lot of experiences where you've had to persevere, you've had to keep pushing through. Maybe you've even had trips to the hospital, right? And it's like, don't give up, keep pushing, you know. And you have all your experiences with you, you have all your lessons here with you, and you have all your love too with you that you carry. Okay, and we have 41 breaking down to a 5. There's that 5 again. You know, we had 5 here with the magic prayer, and now we have 5 here with soulmates. Okay, look, yeah, you're going to be around people that are your soulmates, that are from your soul tribe or your person, because this could be somebody, or could even be an ex, somebody that is just consumes your time, your energy, and again, they're very conflictive. But here you do have somebody that is aligned and matched for you. Here we do have your spirit guide in the back. I don't know if you can see the spirit guide bringing you with your soulmates, with your people that are part of your soul tribe. Here we have this little penguin, um, and he has a heart with a lock, and we have the other penguin that has the key. So you're definitely going to connect with people that are aligned with you. More love. Your guides are bringing more love around, because again, I do feel like there's been difficulties, and maybe people around you haven't been the best to you, with you. Okay, because there's been gossip here too. They've talked about you negatively, but then yet they've come running to you when they've needed you, you know. And it's like, now you're going to have this here. They're bringing you more of this, these connections. All right, well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 3, the telephone here, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, we associated it with air. So you could be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look and see what is it that your guides want to talk to you about. Let's take a look at your card. You have 17, breaking down to an 8, moon. Are you relaxing enough to allow the flow of new ideas? Okay, so you got the moon here. So you could be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. 17 does break down to an 8 with 8 house, Scorpio's house. But I'm also feeling heavy air here. And we know that the air signs are always in their head, even if you're not an air sign, right? You might be in your head a lot. And so here the moon, it is about like your ideas to what you're thinking, maybe overthinking. And here your guides are saying, you know, are you relaxing enough to allow the flow of new ideas? So they want you to relax. Maybe you're worried about something, you're stressing about something, maybe even a phone call, right? Maybe there's a phone call that you were waiting on, or you're stressing about. um or maybe you just need to be in constant communication with someone or people, and that's something that is worrying you or stressing you. But I definitely do feel like a lot of stress, or a lot of like, oh, what the heck? Did you hear that? That was that was the table. a lot of stress, or just like you're always in your head about things, right? You're always trying to figure out things. So maybe you're the one that figures out everything for everybody. Maybe you're the one that resolves everybody issues or problems. Or maybe you're just trying to resolve your own issues and problems, and you're kind of like needing some clarity on it. And that's what you're maybe in your head about. I'm also feeling like a lot of friends energy here. So maybe you're worried about friends. Maybe you're stressing about friends, or maybe you're worried about like maybe the communication with a friend or friends, because I am feeling like friends energy here. So maybe there's like a friend or friends that you need to talk to about something, get something off your chest, or something that that you're waiting on the phone call about a friend or something like that. Okay, but I am feeling like your guides are saying you need to relax, take a deep breath, enjoy the moment. Maybe you're up at night also worrying, like that Nine of Swords energy, which is very Gemini, very air element, right? Maybe you're up at night worrying about things, thinking about problems, and not resting or sleeping at night. But let's go ahead and get some cards and see what else your guides want to talk to you about. Because here the moon is, nighttime, right? Nighttime energy, when we should kind of relax, let our mind drift off and go to sleep and rest. But I feel like you're having a hard time with that. Ooh. We have the Lovers, look, on the bottom, okay? And it's in the reverse Gemini energy, like I said. Yeah, maybe that Nine of Swords, Gemini energy. You're worrying about something. Could maybe be a relationship, to maybe a romantic relationship. But I'm feeling a lot of friendship here. A lot of friendship energy. Maybe you have a water sign friend that you're worried about. Okay, we have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. Here we have that water sign that I was just saying. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We have the Three of Wands. Okay. Yeah, you might be waiting on communication from a water sign. And then we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. Healing. I feel like your guides are saying you need to relax and put more focus on you, because if not, you're going to get sick, is what I'm also getting here. Or maybe you are sick or you're feeling sick, but I'm getting like you're going to get sick because mentally you're too much in your head and it's affecting you to where it's going to affect you physically, like maybe having stomach problems, like your stomach will start hurting, from the stress. Your stomach will start hurting. You'll start feeling more tired because maybe then you're not resting at night, or you're not eating right, because I'm seeing a frog now, and frogs to me are always about your nutrition. So you might not even be eating. There's a worry here that you need to let go. There's a worry here that you need to let go. um this is making me think of a friend that I had like in high school. My grandma was really sick. She was like on her deathbed basically when I was in high school. And I remember I was so worried, and I was like constantly just telling my friend, telling him how worried I was. I couldn't concentrate in school. I couldn't sleep. My mind was in a constant like panic and fear of my grandma, because she was in the hospital. And I remember my friend telling me, he said, um, expect the worst and hope for the best. And I remember him telling me those exact words, and I remember just getting so angry. I'm like, what do you mean expect the worst? Like I was like, how dare you? Like I was so upset that he said that. I wanted some comfort. I wanted some reassurance, like she's gonna be okay, she's gonna pull through. But he said, expect the worst, hope for the best. And I was like, what? But once I got over my anger and being offended over that it wasn't sweet, comforting words that I wanted to hear, I thought about it and I said, you know what? It's absolutely true. And that's what I'm kind of getting here with you. Like maybe there's a phone call that you're anxious about or worried about, or somebody's health too, right? Queen of Cups in the reverse could be a mother, a grandmother, an older female, somebody in your life that maybe you're worried about their health, right? And so what I'm kind of getting here, whoa, did you hear that? I was outside, like somebody, I don't know what that was. Maybe a trash can. I don't know what that was. Um, it's like your guides are saying, like you need to relax, expect the worst, hope for the best, and you need to relax. You need to continue on living, because if not, this is going to affect you. You're going to get yourself sick, when you don't need to do that, right? You're affecting yourself in a negative way when you don't need to do that. You can stay positive and hope for the best. And of course, check in on this person or wait for that phone call or whatever the situation is. Now, a car just hung. See, there's a lot of noise outside, a lot of confirmation. I feel like your guides are saying, pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to yourself, okay? Relax. Are you relaxing enough to allow the flow of new ideas? You need to relax. Maybe you're even worried about like your job, right? You're worried about something, because here it says the flow of new ideas. So maybe you're trying to think of something and you're so stressed about it too that you can't even think. It's almost like a block. Like maybe you're trying to write something, you're trying to write a story, a book, something, and you're so worried about it that you've created a block. I'll take the top one. 10 of Wands. Look at that. Heavy burdens. There's a lot of burdens here. Heavy burdens here with you. But I am hearing for you to pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to your own, like, mental, um, mental health is what I'm hearing, but also like your state of mind, so that you could be at peace, so you can relax, so you can be okay. Pay attention to yourself. The moon also, sometimes I was just talking to this about with somebody that I was reading for on Thursday. I read for somebody and she was like, what does the moon represent? And so I'm telling her, I said, it has a lot of meanings. The moon has a lot of meanings. And one of them that I did tell her is like, it's kind of like your mind also. Maybe somebody having like mental health issues. The moon, Luna, is associated with lunacy, right? Like how they say sometimes like the full moon makes people act out of pocket, lunacy. So I was explaining that to her, and that's what I'm kind of getting here with you too. It's like your guides are saying, just relax, take a break, take a deep breath. Like, don't worry about this phone call, or what you need to do, or who you need to talk to. Just kind of worry about yourself right now. Worry about your healing, okay? Because if not, you can get yourself sick. You can make yourself crazy. Your mind, you can work it up. You know what I mean? Things like that. And we are in May, mental health awareness, right? So, oh my gosh, what were we talking about? The moon, and here it is. It's in the reverse. Yeah, okay. And then we have the Hermit, and he carries the lantern with the light. Oh my gosh. Definitely, yes. Illumination here. Needing to go within, having that time to yourself to get the light from the moon. The moon here in the reverse. I personally like it when it's in the reverse. I know different readers read it in different ways. But for me, I personally like when the moon is in the reverse, because it tells me that what was unseen, you're able to see now. What you didn't have clarity about, you have clarity about. Especially with the Hermit pulling up next to it, definitely clarity over things, clarity over situations. So those worries, those stresses, those blocks, it's like you can see now. There's clarity here. So I really do like these two cards coming out together like this. Hermit energy. Okay, Virgo. So you might be a Virgo or dealing with a Virgo. It's that light bulb moment coming on here with the Hermit, and also with the Moon in the reverse. It's like the light has been switched on after being in the darkness. I really like that. Okay, let's go ahead and get some more cards here for you. Okay. We have 40 breaking down to a 4 with forgiveness. Oh, okay. 40 breaking down to a 4. Could be 4th house, Cancer's house, forgiveness. Maybe needing to forgive somebody, forgive yourself. And that's where maybe this healing needs to take place too. This healing, for you to heal, you have to forgive. This card talks about this little boy here cuddled up with this rhino. This little boy's mother being an alcoholic and kind of like not giving him the time and attention, because she was drinking, right? So this talks about like needing to forgive, right? Needing to forgive, to heal. So there might be somebody that you need to forgive. Could be a mother too, because we did have the Queen of Cups as the first card. And like I said, this could have been a mother, a grandmother, an older female in your life. Um, and maybe there's a phone call here that needs to be with this person. Maybe that's what you're worried about. The conversation that is uncomfortable. We have 48 here with confusion. Yeah, definitely with confusion, right? With the moon popping out as your guide, saying you've been in confusion, right? And you kind of haven't, had the clarity. Well, now here we have the moon and the Hermit giving you clarity. Your guide saying, you have clarity to clear your mind, to figure things out, and to relax. Oh, and 7 with acceptance. Look at that. An acceptance of things, acceptance for how they are, and the person maybe for who they are. Forgiveness and acceptance. Maybe this isn't the parent you wanted, right? But it's the parent you got, and just have to accept it, forgive, heal, and let go. Yeah, because this card does talk about like wanting somebody to be a certain way, but they're not. So it's kind of like, well, let me just accept it. Let me accept it for what it is, or how this person is, who they are, right? Mm. Because you've worked on you. Is what I'm hearing. You've put the work in you. So maybe this person can't see it, hasn't seen it, hasn't acknowledged it. Maybe they've seen it but not acknowledged it. That's okay. That's on them. But you've definitely put the work in. So don't be confused about that. You've definitely put your work in. Okay. What else do your guides want to talk to you about? Oh my gosh, 52 breaking down to a 7 with mending. Pile 2 also, I think it was pile 2. They also had the mending card. Wow, and here you are mending again, mending, healing, right? Like I said here, with this 4 of Swords in the reverse, there's a healing here that needs to take place with you. And if you don't work on that, it's going to start to affect you in your physical. So this emotional will affect you in the physical. So there's mending here, 52 breaking down to a 7. And then here we have 7 with acceptance. So definitely mending and acceptance here and forgiveness. Oh, okay, where is it? 47. With the sacred pool. Look at that. Going in that sacred pool again, going within yourself, going within. And connecting with your guides here, though, too, is what I'm seeing. It's like you and your guides together in this sacred pool. It's like you and your guides together, changing things, flourishing. That's what I'm getting. Flourishing here with that. Yeah, because if we mend and forgive, then we do flourish, because that's what I'm getting, the feeling of flourishing. And if we do mend and forgive, then we flourish. And it's not so much about the other person, it's about us. Whoop, okay. So, okay, let's see. Time to go, 45 breaking down to a 9. Look at that. 9, the number of completion, time to go. Yeah, there's time. It's time to go. It's time to let go now. 52 breaking down to a 7. There's that 7 again. We have 52 here breaking down to a 7, and then we have 52 here again. Magical map shifter. Magical map shifter. Yeah, this is like the magician. This is creating your reality with the tools that you have, working with the tools that have been given to you, and creating what you want, changing things that you want, manifesting here. There's those 7 again. There's a lot of 7 energy here. And 7s are about being in the mind very heavily. And again, air element, you're in your head a lot. So I do feel like you've been in your mind heavily, especially with these 7s. It's a very strong vibration, the number 7. And it does have to do with the mind. It also has to do with like depression, emotions getting very strong. So again, it's kind of like your guides are saying, you have to relax. You have to relax, because this is affecting you. Okay. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling. All right. Well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So for those of you who chose pile number 4, the heart here with the little angel, I always like to associate the piles with an element. And so for this pile, I've associated it with water. So you could be Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at your card and see what is it that your guides want to talk to you about. We have 72, breaking down to a 9, 9 the number of completion, with funeral. What huge changes in your life do you need to accept and acknowledge? Oh, okay. Well, so they want to talk to you about letting go of something or someone. And it says, what huge changes in your life do you need to accept and acknowledge? So, yeah, there's something that you are putting off, something that you're not accepting, and you're not letting go. You need to release it, or the person. And this could have to do with love, right? Somebody that you really love, right? Maybe it's a relationship, or maybe here, I mean, it is funeral. Maybe there's somebody that passed, and you're not accepting it, or you're not acknowledging it, or it just could be something that you're just completely ignoring. Just whatever the subject is, whatever the issue is, it's something that you're completely ignoring it, because it is 72 breaking down the 9, 9 the number of completion. It's like something's already ended, it's over, but you're not accepting that it's ended or that it's over. Yeah, so I'm feeling like you could have a hard time with letting go or with change. You could be a fixed sign, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo. So you could be a fixed sign, because we know that the fixed signs, they dig their heels in, and you can't move them. You can't shake them from something that they're kind of stuck there. So I do feel like you might be a fixed sign if you're not a water sign. But it's kind of like something you've dug your heels in and you're like, no, no, no. And your guides are wanting to talk to you and say, you need to say yes, yes, yes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some cards and see what this is. But with the heart here and the little angel, yeah, this could be, a love situation. Or it just could be any situation that you have your heart invested in. Let's see. Okay. We have the Page of Swords here. Okay. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Oh, we have the Tower. Oh my gosh. Aries, Scorpio. Look at that. The Tower. Something's over. Something's come to an end. Maybe here with this person here, maybe with this air sign, something has come to an end, and I mean, we have the Tower and you're still like, no, no, no. Maybe a communication's come to an end. Maybe, the person is in the past and needs to stay in the past. Um, and maybe you're not ready to completely let go, but your guides are saying that you're like, it's over, it's done. This is, the Tower is about being on a shaky foundation, and so the Tower falls, right? Because it's not on a stable foundation. So whatever the situation was, maybe with this person, this air sign, it wasn't a stable situation, so it came to an end. It came crashing down. The Tower fell, and maybe you're like, no, 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 but we can rebuild the Tower. We can, still stay in the Tower even though most of it fell, or something like that. And your guides are like, no, like, they're almost like, I feel almost like they're trying to pull you by your hand and guide you and pull you out of the Tower, because the Tower already fell. Sometimes the universe gives us opportunities to move out of a situation, to quit a job, to leave a partner, to whatever, right? It gives us a lot of opportunities in situations to walk away, and we don't do it. And then that's when the universe is like, okay, well, then I'm going to give you a Tower moment, because I gave you opportunity of opportunity to do it yourself and you didn't do it. So now I have to step in and do it for you. So then this is when that Tower happens, when the universe has to step in for us, because we didn't take the steps and step in to do it ourselves. So that's what I'm kind of feeling here. So now your guides are pulling you from the Tower because you didn't, um, walk away. Okay. Okay. So we have the Four of Wands. We have the Emperor, which is also the number 4. Okay. Aries energy. Aries, Leo, Sag. And then we have the Strength in the reverse. Leo energy. There's a lot of fire here. You might be dealing with a fire sign. You definitely might be dealing with a fire sign. Could be a Leo or an Aries, Sagittarius too. But we do have Aries here twice. We have Aries here. And then we do have Leo. And then we have all the fire signs here. So there's definitely a lot of fire here. Yeah, this is needing to take power of your life, take control of your life. We know that the Emperor is very boss energy, right? They boss up. And this is what I feel here with with you with the guides are saying you need to boss up. We have the strength, but it's in the reverse. So you might not be feeling like you can do it, or you can walk away, or you're not ready to walk away. You're like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And you are. This kind of gives me that feeling of like the story of where like the duck was like, don't throw me in the water because I'll drown. Don't throw me in the water because I'll drown. I can't get in the water because I'll drown. And then somebody comes, picks up the duck, and just throws him into the water. And he just starts swimming. He just starts gliding like beautifully. And it's kind of like all that resistance that the duck was putting. Don't throw me in the water because I'll drown. He wouldn't get in the water. He would not get in the water because he thought he was going to drown. Don't throw me in the water because I'll drown. I can't get in the water because I'll drown. Don't throw me in the water because I'll drown. Somebody comes in, throws him in the water, okay, causes that tower, and he starts swimming beautifully. So that's what I'm feeling here for you. I feel like your guides are now pulling you, guiding you, and they're like, you're going to do beautifully. You have to believe in yourself. You have to boss up. Boss energy. Four of Wands is celebration, right? Could be a wedding. And if it's not a wedding, it's just a celebration of you, of your energy, of your guides celebrating you, bossing up, changing things after this tower moment, accepting things after this tower moment. Okay? Knowing your strength after this tower moment. Because you obviously did have the strength that you thought you didn't. Because you had a tower moment and you thought you couldn't take it, but you did. You took it and you swam beautifully. Okay? That's what I'm getting. All right, let's get some more cards here. Yeah, seeing the number 5, so changes, choices, and challenges. So you definitely have been going through the challenges. You've definitely gone through them, but you've also emerged. You've also emerged from them, and you thought you wouldn't. And your guides are saying, look at you with these changes, because we do have the word changes in this card. What huge changes in your life do you need to accept and acknowledge? Huge changes. What huge changes in your life? So you've definitely gone through changes, choices, and challenges. That number 5 energy, that 5 energy is so difficult. So difficult. I just saw a bird fly down right now out the window. He went down. Yeah, definitely changes. Gone down. Okay. Quest. 35 breaking down to an 8 with quest here. Yeah, you definitely are on that quest. On that new quest, because again, we had something end. So there's a new beginning here. There's a new quest. There's a journey. And this is the one where you have to figure out those answers. This is where you have to boss up, where you have to stand up and step up for yourself and be like, let me see where I'm going. Let me see what I'm doing, because I've had changes. Changes I wasn't ready for, changes I didn't want, but I had those changes nonetheless. So again, needing to be on that quest for yourself, on that quest, on where am I going? What am I doing? Okay. And we have 38 with faith. Look at that. Having the faith that you know you can accomplish things, that you can get things. Having that inner faith. It's like that full energy. This card has like that full energy of like, I don't know where I'm going, but I have the faith that I know that I'm going to get to the right place where I need to be, and the place that's right for me. I just have the faith that it's going to be okay. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but it's going to be okay. And again, it's that what your guides have been wanting to talk to you about, having that faith. Yeah, having the feeling that it's going to be okay. Mm, Okay. Yeah, I'm hearing trust your claircognizance. So definitely your claircognizance is that knowing. It's like you don't know how you know, but you just know. And that's what I'm getting with this faith card. It's not like that full energy. You don't know how you know, but you know, right? And it's like sometimes people will call it like, oh, your gut feeling. You have a gut feeling about it, or trust that instinct about it. It's that claircognizance. It's that claircognizance here that is like, trust it. Trust your claircognizance because it is strong at this time. And your guides want you to acknowledge that and feel that and go with that. Okay, let me get one more. Let's see what this is. Perseverance, 13 breaking down to a 4. The last pile I think also had this card. Perseverance, keep pushing. This card does talk about like feeling like you want to give up, but you're almost at the end. You're just like right around the bend. So keep going. And this is your guide right here telling you, like, don't give up. Because she wants to throw in the towel, which she did, which is her butterfly wings here. She wants to throw in that towel. And her guide's like, no, 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 no. Just a little further more. Keep going. Have faith. Have faith. You're going to persevere. Okay? Keep going. 13. That's death, right? That's the death card in tarot. Number 13. Perseverance. Keep going. Things are going to change for you. Okay, let me get you one of these cards here, and I think that will be it. Okay. We have number 8 here, the tribe. Look at that. Yeah. Um, meeting up with your tribe along the way. The connections, communication here. I see communication. So here with the tribe, definitely, meeting new people, connecting with them, talking to them along the way. And then here with the number 8, makes me think 8th house, Scorpio's house. And again, how I was saying how this 13 is the death card, Scorpio energy, perseverance here. So keep pushing. You're going to meet your people. You're going to communicate with your people. Okay, 52 breaking down to a 7, magical map shifter. Very interesting. This reminds me of the magician. Last pile also had this card, I think. So this is like the magician. This is creating the reality you want. This is working with the tools that you have. And again, I feel like it's your clear cognizance that is going to help you. Trusting yourself, your clear cognizance is going to help you. Let me get one more. One more, please, for pile 4. What do their guides want to talk to them about? 36 breaking down to a 9 with commitment. Oh, wow. Okay. So commitment here. So we did have the 4 of Wands. Like I said, it could be a marriage, a celebration, an engagement, something like that, right? And we do have these 2 hands here, like a masculine and a feminine hand. With commitment here. Okay, so yeah, so you could be um meeting somebody from your soul tribe, marrying them, um or if you are already married, just maybe the connection will be getting stronger. There's a commitment here. 36 breaking down to a 9, 9 the number of completion. you're committing you're committing to someone in a stronger way. Like I said, if you're already committed, you're just committing in a stronger way where the connection is getting stronger. Just the faith, right? The faith of like, I know I'm gonna meet the right person, or the, you know, or the right people from my soul tribe. Like, just knowing, keep going, it's going to be okay. You're on this quest. You're on this quest for this renewal because you had an ending here. But trust that it was for your highest good and it's going to be okay. All right, well, that's all I have for you. I hope this message resonates, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.